Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. It's your girl Autumn, the Crafted Gemini, and if you are interested in how I achieved this look right here, then look no further. The video is here for you. This is gonna be my everyday glam look, although I don't wear makeup every day, but if I did, this is what it would look like. So go ahead and make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and leave your comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey. Hey guys, what is up? Let's get into this video. So first, I'm just toning my skin with some good old-fashioned witch hazel. This one has the rose water in it. I use both regular or with rose water to tone my skin and bring back some hydration. Next, I'm going to be using the Valjean Labs Revive Day Serum. Y'all, I love this company. All of their products. I think I'm going to do a separate video on their products because I have quite a few. I get them at TJ Maxx and I am in love. Look at that glow. It just instantly gave my skin. Now I'm using some milk of magnesia. Make sure if you use this that it's the original sugar-free so you don't break out. I have been using this stuff for years. This is major key if you suffer from oily skin like I do. I always use this, even if I'm not applying foundation, I use this. And next, I'm gonna go in, dry it. You don't have to do this step, but I just felt like drying it first before I go in with my Cetaphil lotion. And I grabbed way too much, as you will see in a moment. I actually end up wiping a lot off because that is way too much right there. You do not need a lot of this stuff. Alright, time for the brows. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Chocolate. And their brush, I don't know which brush it is. All of the words have faded away. But I'm just outlining, making sure it matches the same width of my first brow that's already been done. And now I'm just filling it in with more of the pomade. You guys, so sorry if you hear this loud TV in the background. I'm trying to tone it out. So sorry. And then I'm just using a spoolie to blend everything out in the front. Looking good, girl. But we need to conceal. So now we're using I'm using the Born This Way concealer in Chestnut, I believe is the color, and the Morphe M16 brush. This is actually pretty close to my foundation shade. I don't like an extreme concealer if I'm gonna be out in the day. I like it to brighten, but not too much. Hence the neutral glam, soft glam makeup look. And then I just go a little bit above my brows from the arch to the tail. I don't really go all the way to the front. So I just make sure I have a nice crisp line underneath, and then on to the next, on to the next. This is like make or break for eyebrows in my opinion. If you don't conceal properly underneath, it just ruins the whole look. And then what was ever left over on the brush, I'm just applying that to the middle. Going over my lid. And I just need a little bit more. It's been a while since I've really done my brows, so I feel like this isn't my best brow look, but we still gonna do what it do. Just don't come for your girl. I don't know about you, but I do have very thin brows, so even though I've already filled it in with the Anastasia, I just feel that that's not enough. When you step out into the sunlight, you can see the separation of your hair versus not hair. So in a minute, just a minute, you're gonna see me go in with another step. I will do a dedicated brow video sometime soon, but yeah. I'm actually gonna go in with eyeshadow. So I'm using the Dare to Create palette, and I'm going in with the shade Slice on the back end of my brows, and then to still keep that ombre effect, I'm gonna go in with Mask in the beginning part of my brow. And this little brush that I'm using, I got it years ago at TJ Maxx. Do not know what it's called, who it's by. I just know that it's angled and super thin, and I love it. And so I'm just blending everything together. Yes, honey. Doing the other side. I actually usually don't use the shade Mask in the front part of my brows, but for whatever reason I did in this video, but it still came out good. Any light chocolatey brown or whatever chocolatey or something close to your complexion or the shade of your brows will do. And then just cleaning up a little bit underneath. I definitely like to use concealer first before eyeshadow, because if you touch any of the eyeshadow with concealer, it smears everywhere. So you have to be super careful. So that's why I do the concealer first, then the shadow, and then touch up any little spots afterwards. I learned the hard way. Trust and believe. Now I'm going in with some primer. This is the Fenty Pro Filter. I use about 2 pumps. I love this stuff. Feels silky smooth. And now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 35 and a damp beauty blender. And this is before foundation. This is for a super matte but non-drying effect. Look how that just melts into the skin. This is like my favorite part of my makeup routine. You can do this with a brush, but I think it comes out even better when you use a damp beauty blender. Alright, so now that we got a nice even layer over the skin, now it's time for foundation. This is the Born This Way foundation in Chai. I use, I think, 2 to 3 pumps. And I'm just going back in with that same Morphe concealer brush to apply it onto my face because I just felt like it. And then just wiping whatever's left over somewhere on my face or chin area. And now I'm gonna go in with this new little guy that I got. It's a Real Techniques 213 brush. Look how dense it is. I got it from Walgreens actually. I think it was like $12.99, but the bristles are pretty stiff, so I'm just trying to loosen them up real quick. I have like a love-hate relationship with it. I love the size and how small it is. I love the bristles, but sometimes it just doesn't move the product over your skin the way it should. So that's why I have a love-hate relationship with this little Real Technique brush. I'm actually gonna go in and right now with some Fix Plus to kind of dampen my skin a little bit to help it glide over my face a little better, because it was beginning to be a lot of work just now. And this right here is the prime reason why I do my hair and edges after my makeup. Because right now my edges would be looking cray cray. Right, and now I'm gonna clean up that middle part of my brows, because we're not walking out the house looking like that. So whatever was left over on the brush, now I'm just using that to clean up my brows. And then I just dab over my brows just a little bit in the front to help give it that super ombre effect without the semi-unibrow look. I feel like sometimes when people connect them and then try to separate them afterwards, you can still kind of see that you had connected them in the beginning. And then I'm going back with my spoolie just to clean it up just a little bit. Yes, look at those brows. And now I'm going back in with the same concealer I used for under my brows, the Born This Way in Chestnut. And so I do that little upside down triangle effect, but then I also like to bring it under my nose. I don't like to do it on my forehead. I just like to do it in this one little area. And then I'm just going to come in with a dab of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and Tan Deep Sand. Just 2 dots. That is all you need. Actually, I could have applied a little bit more, but oh well. If you want a little brighter under eye, then definitely add more. But this was just enough. And then obviously you see I'm using the Beauty Blender for this part. Honestly, the Beauty Blender is the best thing to use for under your eyes. There's no brush that I have that compares to how it looks when I use the Beauty Blender versus not. And to make it all blend in, as you saw, I would go over my eye as well. Even though I already went over my eye with foundation, I go back over it with that concealer so it's all blended together. And then whatever's left, I put it on my chin. And now to set that, I'm using the Fenty Pro Filter setting powder in Hazelnut. I freaking love this stuff. It smells so good. And then it's like a silky powder. Like no powder I have is silky and powder at the same time. I just love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. I will say this though, the only negative is that I still get the tiniest little crease line under each eye after doing this, so maybe add a little more once you're finished melting it in and setting your concealer. Maybe just go back and add a little bit more, or maybe go in with something else. But nevertheless, moving on, I'm using an Eco Tools brush and that same Maybelline powder that I used in the very beginning to go over the rest of my face. I love this brush for this step because it allows you to build up the product because of the bristles. So you're not walking out looking all cakey. And after that's done, time to contour. So this little brush is from the brand, I believe it's called Japanesque. I got it from TJ Maxx, again, part of my haul video coming up soon, but it's a nice angled brush and it's perfect for contouring. So that's what I'm using, and it's the 722 brush, and I'm using the Dare to Create shade and stroke to contour my face. This side definitely turned out much better than the other side. I don't know why that happens every time. It's just like perfect contour on this side, and then this side over the other side is just looking a little crazy, but we'll work on that. And now I'm just using a small Morphe brush to contour my nose using that same shade. And that Morphe brush is the M441 brush. I don't like a super intense nose contour, so I'm not using a lot of product, but you can see how it looks contoured versus not. So a nice little thin line, and then I bring it up and work it into my eyebrows, and then make sure to also get under my nose and those little creases, I don't know, the little nostril creases. And then I'm just going over it with a little bit of setting powder that was left on the beauty blender. I didn't add more, it was just whatever was left over. We looking good. Time for the eyes. No surprise, Dare to Create yet again. I'm using the shades Sunder and Evolve, and for Sunder, I'm using a flat blending brush by True Beauty. I got this in a pack at TJ Maxx, and they're pretty good. Now again, from the title, Neutral Glam, I didn't feel like going too deep into detail with any type of eyeshadow, so this is just a nice soft color. Can't really notice it on camera, but in person you can. But I just would feel weird leaving the house without anything on my lids, even if it is a color that you can't really see. So I'm just applying that all over my lids. Fixing up some areas first. Beautiful, darling. Now I'm doing the next eye. Again, that's the color Sunder. Alright, now I'm going back in with that Morphe brush that I used on my nose contour for the shade Evolve. And I'm just going to work that into my crease. To be honest, I could have stopped right there because it was looking really good, but I brought it down to my lid, as you can see. Still came out great, but I over critique myself. And now I'm just doing the other eye. Bringing it down, then back up. Once I feel that I like it, now I'm going back in with that flat brush that I used first don't add more product. I'm just blending everything together. Make sure it looks nice. This stuff is liquid gold. I am late to the game on this. This is the Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray. I feel like I didn't even need to say what it was because you should know what that is. And now we're gonna be bougie and fan ourselves. Yes, fan girl, fan. Ooh, you look good. Yes. Now time for some lashes. This is the 3D Mink Lashes in Flirt or Flick. Can't remember what it was called, but that's by Lick and Lash Beauty. They are UK online company. I love them. I have several palettes from them and several lashes. Got some dunk on the lashes. I'm gonna wipe it off real quick. And now I'm just gonna sit it on my lid just to see if these are the lashes that I want to use. But obviously, if I'm talking about it, these are the lashes that I'm gonna use. Ooh, girl, we love them. We love them. Alright, so now I'm grabbing what I'm gonna use to apply these lashes, if I can get it. There we go. The Duo Black and the Ardell little lash tweezers. And then right now I'm just using the NYX Worth the Hype mascara just to coat my lashes because they have makeup on them and it's noticeable. I usually do this after I apply my false lashes, but I don't like mascara getting on my mink lashes that much, so that's why I'm doing it in reverse. But just a light coat over my lashes. And now can't really see because I was a magnifying mirror, so now I'm grabbing a regular mirror. And this right here is the key to applying lashes. You want to make sure you're looking down so that way you can really see that little bit of, or where your lashes end and where it's like your eyelid, so you can lay your false lashes right on top. Bow, like so. But it's starting to stick to the tweezers. That is one of the only bad things I can say about these Ardell tweezers is that it sticks to the lashes. And so you try to put your lashes on and then you try to move the tweezers and your lashes come off with it. And they break easily. These are the second pair that I've had, and these are also cracked and will be broke pretty soon. But I do like them because, as you can see, that front part that's grabbing the lashes is wider than actual tweezers. So that's why I keep buying these. I wish they were made out of something different than plastic though, so they wouldn't keep breaking. Y'all see the difference? Like, these lashes are life. And now, right now, I'm just mushing the false lashes with my lashes together so they're nice and blended together. I do this every time I apply false lashes because you don't want to turn to the side and people can see the separation between the false lashes and your lashes right below. So I make sure to squeeze them together. And then I do this last step. This just kind of makes sure to give it like a curl. Sometimes your lashes that you put on will not curl. So I just like to do this to make sure they're nice and curled. As you can see, we are very happy. And now I'm just doing it again. Y'all see that handshake there? I don't know why I was feeling so nervous, like someone was actually watching me. Plus I am actually pretty hungry in this video. I was trying to hurry up so I can go get something to eat. Right now I'm gonna go in with that same mascara, and I use the tip part of the wand to do my bottom lashes because I feel like if you hold the wand horizontally it just gets everywhere. So I like to use that extra product that comes on the tip of it when you pull it out of the container. But even when you do that, you can still make mistakes, as I just did. Oh well. I don't know why I just turned it horizontally after just saying that I don't like to do that, because now they're getting gross. Can't really see it in the video, but they start clumping together in a weird way. But I'm able to kind of wipe it off. Now time to highlight. This is the Wet n Wild Awesome Blossom highlighter. I love it because of the name. I mean, I actually like this product, but the name sold me. I love the shade. It's just a nice sun-kissed highlight. Just do a little bit on my temples, whatever's left over on the brush. This is a Real Techniques brush if you didn't already know. And see how I apply. See, I go up and down first to get it on there, and then I flip it and blend the opposite way to make sure it's nice and blended with your contour or your blush, whatever comes next. It's nice and blended together. Now time for the lips. I'm using the NYX lip liner in Espresso. First I'm gonna just wipe off that foundation. I know a lot of people keep the foundation on their lips or even apply more to their lips, but I don't really like the feeling. I like to just wipe it off before I apply my lip liner, but to each his own. Now I'm going in with some Anastasia lip gloss. I am in love. This is the shade Amber. And look at this. Look how beautiful this combo is. This was my first time. I just grabbed what was close by and I am in love. This is probably going to be my go-to lip combo from now on. Like, I love it. And the Anastasia, I've never used their lip glosses before, and it is so thick and creamy. I love it. This was also another TJ Maxx find. We happy now. We finished. A little bit more spray. And then we gonna act bougie. Oh, almost dropped something. And now we gonna act bougie. Yes. Ooh, look at it. That's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye, guys.